I welcome the opportunity to speak to all the peoples of the British Commonwealth and Empire, wherever they live, whatever race they come from, and whatever language they speak. Let me begin by saying thank you to all the thousands of kind people who have sent me messages of goodwill. This is a happy day for me, but it is also one that brings serious thoughts, thoughts of life looming ahead with all its challenges and with all its opportunity. At such a time, it is a great help to know that there are multitudes of friends all around the world who are thinking of me and who wish me well.
Princess Elizabeth was extremely poised, very organised, used to line up her horses, her toy horses in a row. So she always was a very conscientious little girl.
As a very young woman, it must have been quite I'm just thinking at that age, my children were certainly still finding their feet.
She's lovely. She's lovely looking.
Yeah.
Lovely.
The first question is, who knows how many years Queen Elizabeth has reigned for?
70 years. We did a freeze frame and the Queen was playing golf. Sharma was the golf ball and Owen was the person who carries the clubs. Conrad was the flag where the hole is. We were the horse, and Kobe, he was the rider, and Yiba, he was the queen. In our freeze frame, I was a corgi because I like being a dog. Aisha was the queen. I was the queen's butler. I was the guard protecting the queen. I was at the table, and the queen was drinking tea from the table. And her corgis were playing with the balloons. Some of them were water balloons, so the corgis got wet. For our freeze frame, we recreated the Queen's coronation. So one person was putting the crown on the Queen, and the other person was holding the corgis.
When I spoke to you last at Christmas, I asked you all, whatever your religion, to pray for me on the day of my coronation, to pray that God would give me wisdom and strength to carry out the promises that I should then be making.
We went to my aunt's. Few people had got television in those days, but she had. We spent the day there with her, and I saw the coronation.
Was it a happy day?
Yes, it was. I think I'm right in saying it poured with rain all day.
On the same day, I was announced to the world that Hillary and Tenzing had climbed Everest, which is wonderful.
A huge blob of glory on top of the day.
Riding memories of her coming down the steps of the aircraft as our Queen, and such a diminutive figure, all dressed in black, and how she had to immediately step forward into her role, her lifetime's role.
I have in sincerity pledged myself to your service, as so many of you are pledged to mine. Throughout all my life and with all my heart, I shall strive to be worthy of your trust.
I was down Coronation Street and at a tea party. I was only about 5 or 4 or 5, yeah.
My mother took myself and my younger brother and my father. We all went down to the barracks where my father was stationed. It was one, I can remember, an immense mess room, and we all sat down there, and on the little television we actually saw the coronation. Even though I was only 4 years old, I remember that so clearly.
We all sat together, all my cousins and everybody, and we've been listening on the radio, and then we started talking about it when it was finished, and how well we would love to see how well she looked, but we had to wait until the next day for the newspapers. But since then I have watched it many times, and they have done it in India as well.
What's at this Halloween party? We planned a party for the Queen, and in my party it was the Jubilee disco in the Botanical Gardens. The food that was served there were corgi cupcakes.
We planned for this party to be on a romantic private island. We had crisps, a cake.
A good party needs cake.
It was on a beach, a big celebration with lots of food. You could go swimming in the sea.
It was a party at Buckingham Palace where she invited all her friends round. Imagine Dragons came. It's a kind of a band and it's really, really good.
We had a swimming pool party with fireworks and balloons.
We also invited the most famous people like Boris Johnson.
At my party, I want people to feel happy.
I'm speaking to you at what I know is an increasingly challenging time. A time of disruption in the life of our country. A disruption that has brought grief to some, financial difficulties to many, and enormous changes to the daily lives of us all. We should take comfort that while we may have more still to endure, better days will return. We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again.
It was a time when we maybe felt a bit forgotten. She reminded us we weren't all just on our own.
She was quite remarkable.
You wouldn't be able to cope without the groups. No, not the friendship. No. It's very important for our lives, especially if you're on your own, even more so.
I just found it extremely difficult.
I was very heartened when you said to me, you confront it and just look people in the eye.
She gathers us together, she creates community, and she makes us feel like no matter what happens, we're going to be okay.
And did it make you feel safer somehow?
Yes, yes.
I think the Queen is very good at her job. She's been doing it for 70 years. And that's why it's the Platinum Jubilee this year. And I think she's very nice.
She thinks about her role. Yep. And you knew her.
She likes horse racing.
That's when she really smiles. Yes. Yeah.
It's very hard because you have lots of responsibilities as Queen, taking care of every single person in the UK.
She has chosen to perform it to perfection, really, hasn't I feel.
I think she understands and knows what she's talking about.
It is beautiful. Yes, lovely dress, very colourful.
Hello, Mum. How are you?
You gave the impression of being natural and being wanting to help other people.
Yeah. She would look after us, so if we were under attack, she would probably give her life for us. We should be very thankful for our Queen because I don't think any other Queen would be as good as her.
She's very nice and I like her.
She has done a very good job as our Queen.
I thank you all from a full heart. God bless you all.